Oh, morning. It is the Saturday, and I'm already gotten a head start on the day. Just didn't think to film nothing, but I got everything cleaned up from yesterday, and then I'm starting now with the roof ends. So these are the pieces that sit on the end of the roofs. So I got those. I decided now I make them all 35 degrees, and I'm just gonna. See the cat sitting under there. He's right there. Either way. Probably looking at the chipmunks. I know there's some of them. They're living under there. But I'm going with a 35 degree or 35 pitch on the roof. I like the 45s. If I decide to do the 45s, I'll make them 45. But I figure 35 should be the standard, and then. So I'll make enough for all the hives I have now, and if I get a sudden epiphany to do something different, then I'll do that. But I'll do that then. I'll have everything pre-made for 35s, and well, if I want to change, I can still do that later. So that's the route I'm going. I got all of them now cut to the width. I just need to actually get the angles cut in them. So there is that. And I'll just, then just a 3/8, and then I'll have to make some strips from the 3/4 still. And I think I actually still have some roof pieces from the last batch I did. You make them anyways, and so you make more than you need, I find. But those are actually, I got 2 sets of 45s in the container right now. I can, I guess I could make 2 of those this winter. Like I said, I do like the look of the roof, but yeah, I think I'm gonna just break for coffee and then kind of see where the refocus, see where the day goes. Maybe start getting a list together of my cuts, but I also need to get a list together for all the for all the exterior pieces for around the hives. I need to get some 1x6. I don't have any in stock, so I will have to go pick up some of those, and I just have to figure out what the best length of board is for that application. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I'm making those pieces right now. I think everything cut rough to the dimensions. Now it's just a bunch of scribing and cutting. So I'm doing all the layups now. I'll probably be just cutting these on table saw. I could cut them on with the skill saw. I don't know if that's really quicker. It might even be more accurate. I'm more used to it. But I'm just laying in these marks. So this for the central support. So that all needs to be cut, and I'll notch those out in the end. I just find it easier to be putting those on now. So I'll get these scrolled away, and then see who's out there. Then I'll get these cut. So these are the center pieces. I do have 2 set aside for 45s. So because I already have 2 of the end pieces for 45s, and then I also have to. I'll probably take off, run some errands quickly, at least get that done for this part of the day, and then I can come back and kind of continue on over here. It'll be a nice feeling to actually get all of this stuff scrolled away. And then there's other things I have to start looking into once these parts are finished. Then I'll be looking into cladding material. So out of all my hives, I'll be honest, I don't like the aluminum look to it. It's okay, but out of everything here, the wood shingles are just, they're just the nicest. That's the nicest roof I have here. There's a natural look about to it. It's just that I really enjoy. So I'm going to look more into natural roofing materials. In all honesty, I would really enjoy doing a thatched roof at some point. I actually have Phragmites reeds grown. They're pretty well established in some places around here. Well, smaller patches in the ditch. And that was a traditional thatching material, so I've thought about it. I'm not sure how I would do that, just because I don't want the plywood getting wet, and then maybe I would clad it with something first and then do the thatching on top of that. I just think it would look really neat. But yeah, the wood shingles, I really like the look of it, so I'll probably do that again at some point. And then I also have to look at siding material, because I'd like to move away from paint. I don't mind doing like a base coat, but I would like to protect these things with something different. So, now I thought about just making the high bodies from like a tongue and groove board for the exterior at least. I would have to change the dimensions of them at that point, but I don't know. I just have some ideas floating out, but we'll see how it goes. Well, it is shaping up to be a warm day, and okay, well, I ran uptown and got myself some lumber. So I got the 1x6, did that on the truck, and turns out the battery's done on there. Used to be it was finicky, hit and go. If it didn't have enough charge in it after you started it, it didn't go. But I always had a battery or a booster in the truck. But yeah, it used to be if you did get start, I could boost it here, go to town, I could turn it off and it would still have enough charge to jump forwards, but yeah, I had to boost it in town, so that was fun. But I realized, yeah, I need a new battery for it, and then I realized, hey, I got one sitting in there. That should still be, there's a pretty good battery when I parked it, so I'll take that out at some point, get it on a battery charger, swap it with the two. So after I got the lumber, then I got, I ran a different errand, and because I ordered these a week ago. These totes, they were on sale, so I ordered 5 of them. And the purpose of these is to store harvest. That's the idea. So I could use one for grain, but the main purpose really was for squash. I laid down a bed of wood chips in there. Last year I used oak. I just ran oak through the planer, and then you can put like 6 pieces of squash in there nicely, because you don't want them touching each other, you want them independent. And that did just fine. I don't think it's not airtight, so I had the lids on too, and it seems to be good. I should check the ones I have in the basement still, because they're almost a year old now. But when I got the lumber, I also got the couplers for the ABS piping for the manure spreader. So here it is, and I just got those glued up. So yeah, just the coupler attaching the end caps to the spreader bar. So that is basically done. It just needs the holes drilled in there, and I'm gonna guess I need to follow some sort of formula for that, because the diameter of the pipe is gonna dictate how much holes you put out there. Oh, good girl. I don't know if you're allowed to show that, but that's the chipmunk, I guess. Good girl. Kishnik. I think that's what I call her. Yeah, try to figure out what that means, eh? Kishnik. Hint, it has to do with the chipmunk there. Oh, I also got new M6 bolts. Yeah, it's pretty darn exciting, but it actually allows me to actually put this on top. Problem with that being on the bottom is that you can't actually close them all the way down, so that's nice. I actually have a depth stop that works now, so I am set up. I am ready to go. to tell you again, it is a warm day. But I'm getting almost on the home stretch of finishing these things up. And I'll have to do some research on siding for these hives and kind of go from there. But yeah, I'm gonna get stuff drawn up, scribed, cut, and then just enjoy this weather, I guess. So see where the day goes. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention. Well, you might have noticed I trimmed a bit off there, but first time I actually done it now. I nicked myself on the ear with that darn thing. The funny thing is, I didn't even feel it. There were none whatsoever. I didn't even know. All of a sudden, I looked. The clipper was the guard is loose now. I guess the one I always use, and it came off a little bit askew, so the edge of the knives was exposed, and I nicked it. And all of a sudden, I guess I must have felt it, and like, yeah, you could just see it. So I don't know. Oh, it was a little first time for everything, I guess. So yeah, we'll continue on with this and see where things go. All right, things are progressing, and figure I try some different. I got all my 35s, so I figure I'd try some different shapes while I'm here. Anyways, I'm cutting stuff, so. I'm not going to do anything too fancy, but I try this shape. I don't know, figure something different. It's basically just 35, but I just extended it out from I don't know how you would even. You got the center point here, and then I just drew an arc. There's some sort of geometry to it. Making one more, so I'm going to make 145, but I figured kind of like a turtleback. I'm not sure. I think that's all I can think of. If there's a style name to it, but this is actually one of the 45s that I have. Two of them in the container, as I said. But so I brought those back. I'll make one true 45 just like that out there, because hey, it's a nice looking roof. But I'm gonna make one that gets cut, so it's a flat top with 45s on the side, and then. I think that'll be interesting too, and that might actually offset the weight enough that it's that it's not going to be too tipsy on you. So that probably will be just enough, because those are just enough. If there's bees in there, it's good. If not, well then it'll want to fit back. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, and then after this, then I'll probably start cutting up some of that 2x6 or that 1x6 there. Alright, so I don't know where I actually left off, but I got all these pieces cut, the front and the sides, I guess the ends for the lid, and I just finished running the dado in there. So these are almost done. They just need a slot cut in there, so I do have to change over the blade. It's getting a little later, but see. I like to go swimming at some point. I don't know, it's warm enough for it, so. And the cat got something earlier out there, but I don't know where she went. So I think I'll go switch over the blade, because I don't need to use that no more. Alright, so I'm getting near finished these side pieces. So I just got the slots cut into them now. That's all done. These, yeah, like I said, these are dadoed. So I think these are finished. Those are done. These just need the vent holes on the side. I don't know if you can even see from here, but they've got those 4 holes there. So those still need to go on here, which I should have a jig. I actually think I do have a jig here. I think it's this one. Side vent hole alignment. Oh, I'll be. Somebody was on the ball. Like a Russian bear. That was sometimes. Yeah, I remember I always laid those out, and it always was time consuming. And I was like, why don't I just do something different? So there it is. Once I get those holes in, then yeah, drill them out. Then I'll have to go find some mesh, staple that in from the back side, and then those pieces are done. And then those pieces, then this set right here is done. And if I look down my list, then it's done. Okay, so it's just the lid stops and the rest. So, and that's something I'm not sure what I'm gonna do right now. So, because traditionally, you know, the way I got from, you know, Dr. Leo in his let's see, in his hives, these are the rest stops. So that's what the lid is resting on top of this. Now, one thing that I wanted to try, and what I saw on his, he has some hives now for sale. Whatchamacallit, Layton's hives. But instead of having the rest stop on the inside, he actually has a physical piece on the outside, another piece of 3/4 that's put in here, that is, you know, put it on there. And then he's actually got an external hinge on here and here, connecting the two. And I can't for the life of me figure out what the name of the hinge is. I did end up finding a hinge, and so I ordered actually 10 of those, 10 pairs of those. So I'd like to try that on, I don't know if I do them all like that, but I can do some this old method. But I really like the idea of having that external lid rest instead of having it on the inside, just because of the complexity of having it on the inside. Because the problem with having it on the inside is everything has to be really, you have to be really tight in your tolerances, and that's why I shoot for all of this right now. And it works for the most part. But if this is not, you know, on point, it's really easy to get kind of a wobble in your lid. I've had it before. But if you were to, I don't know, I was thinking about how this could be done, and I had ideas very similar to what he had done there. So instead of having the hinge, it would save me from putting hinges on the front of the box. And then you could put one rest stop on the back, and then you could basically, when you measure everything up, you can just put the lid on the back and then screw the front, then the sides, and everything would be like, it's all custom built to the box. And I like that idea of it, because there's no real measuring. You measure one side, and you basically, your rests are built to the dimensions of the box. So either way, I guess maybe it makes more sense once I actually build one. So those hinges are on order. I probably get them in the end of the month. Good old-fashioned AliExpress. First time I used it, but yeah, it seems to work. Either way, I don't think I'm gonna do that right now. I think I go for a swim. I haven't done that this year, and it's September. So yeah, I do that, and then I'll probably come back. I got plywood that needs burning again, so I'll probably do another fire, and then kind of see where the evening goes from there. But that's how I plan to wind down the day. So yeah, as for now, I think it's, you know, if you followed this far, thanks for watching, and take care.